Well, this is exciting. Thanks for being here today. We are launching the 2023 city construction season with $80 million in public infrastructure projects. So I want to thank you for joining us on it could be worse on a spring day like today, but beautiful view overlooking the TJ Meanock Street, Sewer, Siphon, and Stormwater Improvement Project. This is just one of the dozens of infrastructure improvements that we'll be making around the season during this around the city during this construction season. Investment in public infrastructure always provides an economic boost to the community, and it really helped us navigate the pandemic. Our projects will support critical utility needs and also assist the traveling public. That includes motorists, bicyclists, pedestrians, and also enhanced recreational activities while putting members of our community to work. Now, typically, every $1 million in construction investment supports about 10 to 20 very good paying jobs that continue to strengthen the workforce and support families right here in the city of Spokane. The $80 million investment in construction continues, but it also adds work that improves streets in critical areas, that move people and commerce. It replaces and repairs bridges, protects the Spokane River, and continues investing in the city's critical water and sewer system. There are also projects that are continuing from last year. There will be another busy season of street maintenance work with projects distributed throughout the city to benefit both residents and businesses. We recognize that construction season does cause short-term disruptions, so it's a good reminder that regularly maintaining city streets does improve the durability and the safety, and it keeps traffic moving smoothly and consistently. Now, we want to make sure that you know about information about street closures and obstructions. It's important to people, and that information can be found at our city website. It's right on the front page. You just click on the construction info box and you can get up-to-date information. There's also an interactive map there as well. It's also included in our weekly community update email. This information makes it easy for you to plan ahead and still frequent your favorite local businesses. So today we are standing on the largest collection point of stormwater runoff in the entire city. It serves 5,000 acres between here and northeast Spokane, consisting of houses, parks, schools, gas stations, grocery stores, restaurants, and much more. So from as far away as Market Street and Francis Avenue in northeast Spokane, rain and runoff are entering our storm drains. They carry fluids like motor oil, grease, landscape chemicals, sediment, and other pollutants, and they carry it all the way here. The work being done over the next 5 months is the last in a series of projects that the city has undertaken over the last 4 years to improve our stormwater system and treat runoff. This is the last stop before entering our community's precious resource, the Spokane River. Gaining many benefits out of the same project is something that we always strive to do because we realize it has a multiplier effect with our community's money. So for travelers who frequent this area, this underground utility work gives us the opportunity to also reconstruct the north section of TJ Meanock Drive, which is in severe need of resurfacing. For recreation, we are once again, and we're always excited about this, partnering with Parks and Recreation to improve outdoor amenities that are protecting the river. And speaking of parks, there is an historic connection here to the TJ Meanock Drive and Bridge, because it is named after a Spokane businessman who also served many, many years on our park board. Joining us today is Dan Buller, interim director of the city's engineering department, and he is here now to share more about the 2023 public works projects. And also we're joined by Garrett Jones, the director of Parks and Recreation, who will tell us more about the opportunity for our community to enjoy our great outdoors. So I'll have Dan come up next.
Thank you, Mayor. The investment city has made in infrastructure to improve the utility system, street surfaces, and bridge safety continues with a whole slate of projects this year. In addition to the completion of the Cochrane Basin projects that you can partially see behind us here, we have numerous other projects on deck, about 40 in all. Among the higher profile projects are a new water tank at 39th and Crestline near Hamblin Elementary School. This 2 million gallon tank will serve future and current residents with drinking water and fire protection on the south part of Spokane. The Maple Street Bridge will have a deck overlay. Work began about 2 weeks ago at Market and Wellesley intersection as part of the North-South Freeway project. The final product will be a concrete intersection at that location. Strong Road up on 5 Mile will be improved between 5 Mile and Austin Road. It will be one of the busiest years we've ever had for grinding and overlaying projects. Many arterials, residential, and business districts throughout the city will see work being done on their streets via grind and overlay. And we'll have a number of pedestrian-focused projects, including sidewalk installation and pedestrian crossing signals on a number of arterials, including Division Street, Market Street, Nevada Street, and Crestline. And we'll continue to work on projects that are already underway, including the high-volume Thor-Freya corridor, where last year we replaced the street with concrete between Sprague and Hartson, and this year we'll replace the intersections of 2nd, 3rd, Thor, and Freya, also with concrete. We expect to finish the 104-year-old Post Street Bridge replacement. The old bridge deck has been removed and the historic arches have been reinforced. The completion of this project will again serve northbound vehicles, pedestrians, and two-wheel traffics connecting Riverfront Park to the downtown core on the north bank. The new water reservoir at Spokane International Airport will continue to rise, which you may have seen as you're driving down the freeway. We expect it to be in service beginning in 2025, and to connect that new reservoir to the fast-growing West Plains, we'll be installing a large diameter pipe underneath Interstate 90. And our street department will be doing a series of grind and overlay projects with their own crews on arterials throughout the city, improving pavement conditions to help us all with our daily trips to school, work, and play. You can expect projects in every council district. Public Works and Spokane Parks and Recreation have established a great partnership to improve recreational areas while doing underground infrastructure work. To share more about that collaboration, I'd like to introduce Parks and Recreation Director Garrett Jones.
All right, well, good morning or good afternoon. Thank you, Dan and Mayor Woodward. As Dan said, Parks has had a long partnership and relationship with Public Works in looking at efficiencies and win-win situations for parks and our community. For example, we can use land already owned by the city and the community to provide infrastructure upgrades and then deliver surface improvements needed for recreation. Together, we can deliver the community's needs and desires by combining resources and be efficient with taxpayers' dollars. So a few examples of those projects include the Orange Howard Street Bridge in Riverfront Park, stormwater tanks at several park locations, including Liberty and Underhill Park and behind me as well, Post Street Bridge and a Place of Truth Plaza as an extension of Riverfront Park, and the Downriver Golf Course irrigation upgrades with a stormwater pipe that goes through the golf course to limit disruption on residential streets, at the same time being able to add investment for an irrigation project that saved over 12 million gallons of water in just 1 year. Coming up, the community will see more collaborative projects. The renovation of the South Suspension Bridge in Riverfront Park ahead of the 50th anniversary of the celebration of Expo 74, which these bridges were an asset that were built for Expo 74. A renovated 18-hole disc golf course in Downriver that includes dozens of filtration ponds to be able to filtrate the water and take out the toxins before it enters our groundwater in our river. An expanded river launch at the bottom of Pettit Drive just down this road, delivering on feedback that we heard on our master plan to deliver more public accessibility to our Great Spokane River. These are just a few of the examples, then Parks looks forward to many more ways to continue to be efficient and effective with community investments through collaboration. So with that, Mayor Woodward, I turn it back over to you.
Thank you, Garrett and Dan. And of course, city construction isn't limited to Public Works. Spokane Public Library delivered on its promise and celebrated the grand reopenings for the Indian Trail and the South Hill locations. These mark the final projects from the 2018 bond that was supported overwhelmingly by Spokane voters. Construction will again Be busy this year as we move forward with work that will strengthen our community and support economic vitality. So we ask you to remember two things during the construction season. Continue to support businesses in those construction areas. Construction projects are impactful, and we want to help our businesses continue to thrive during the closures and all of the detours. And then follow the established detour routes for everyone's safety. And we ask you to stay patient and just allocate a little extra time getting around this summer. So glad to have you here, and if anybody has any questions, I think we've got all the right people to answer them for you today. None? Well, that was easy. Thank you so much for being here.